everybody, I'm Tony and you're in Tony's Kitchen, and today we're going to make a simple, easy potato salad. Something that you can take to a barbecue or your own barbecue, take it to lunch. I think you'll really like it, and let's get started and I'll show you what ingredients we have. Okay, what I've got here is 4 russet potatoes. I've washed them, and I'm going to leave the skin on. If you want to, you can peel them, and if you want, you can use red potatoes, Yukon potatoes, whatever potatoes you prefer. But what we're going to do is we're just going to cut these up into bite-sized pieces, and get started with that. Okay, what we're going to want to do is just cut this in half and quarter these up. And then we're just going to want to make bite-sized pieces. You know, if you want them big, you can have them big. Or smaller, whatever you prefer. And then I'm just going to cut the rest of them up. Okay, now that we have these cut up, I put them in a bowl. Got them in some nice bite-sized pieces. And now it's time to boil them and cook them up. Okay, we're going to want to add the potatoes to the water. Just like that. And we're going to want to turn up the oven to a high. And we're going to get that to a rapid boil. Thing I almost forgot. We're going to want to add salt, because potatoes like salt. So we're going to want to put in about 2 tablespoons of salt, or less, whatever you prefer. But potatoes like salt. Okay, now that we have these at a rapid boil, we're going to want to turn it down to a medium high and just let those simmer. Not such a big boil. And we'll just let those cook. Okay, these are all cooked up. What you want to do is you want your fork to be able to go into it pretty soft. You don't want to overcook them. So if you can pierce the potato with the fork with pretty good ease and have it just fall off, it's pretty much done. And now what we'll do is we'll just drain these in a colander and we'll let these sit for a little bit. Okay, I've got these in a colander, drained them, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some cold water over them just to stop the cooking process. Just like that. Now that I've doused these with some cold water to stop the cooking process, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want these to sit for about 30 minutes to about an hour. And best thing is put them in the refrigerator, let them cool down, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, next thing we're going to do while our potatoes are cooling down, we're going to make some hard-boiled eggs. And we're going to want to put that on high, and we're going to want to add our eggs to the water. And I'm going to make 6 because I want some during the week for work. And we'll just let those come to a rapid boil. And we'll go from there. Oh, and I almost forgot. We want to add a little bit of salt to this. I think it makes them peel easier. I don't know if that's true, but I just add a little bit of salt. So we'll let that come to a rapid boil. We have this at a rapid boil. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set our timer for 5 minutes and let these cook for 5 minutes. So set your timer for 5 minutes and I'll come back and I'll show you the next thing that we're going to do. Okay, now that we've had these boil for 5 minutes, what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the burner, take the pan off the stove, and we're going to put a lid on top of this and just let it sit for 10 minutes off of the stove. Make sure you put a lid on it. Okay, now that we've had the hard-boiled eggs sitting for about 10 minutes in the hot water, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the lid, and we're going to douse these with some cold water. Just like that. And we're just gonna let those cool off. And we're just gonna let those cool off. And if you have ice, if you got an ice maker, throw some ice in there. That's great. I don't have ice, so I just gotta douse it with cold water every few minutes. So that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna let these eggs cool down, and then we'll go on to our next step. Okay, now that we have our hard-boiled eggs cooling down, we're gonna cut up our vegetables. So I have one white onion here, and we're just gonna cut into that. Cut both sides off, or however you want to cut it. Take that skin off, just like that. And then we're just going to cut into this. Make a couple slices this way, turn around, just like that. You want to kind of dice these up small, depending, you know, if you want them bigger, you can cut them bigger. Doesn't matter to me. And there we go. We got them diced up, and I'll finish the rest of them. Next vegetable that we're going to cut up is our celery. I'm just going to take this. This one's kind of small. And the best thing is, if you have the leaves, if you can get the leaves on there, that'll make for great flavor. Only because I learned that from my mom. She always says, make sure to have those leaves on there and cut those up. And we're going to want to cut these up, dice them up. Just dice up these, and that's going to give some really good flavor to it. And I'll finish the rest of these. Okay, now that we have the white onion cut up and the celery, we'll put that aside and we'll go to the next step. Remember that you can put anything that you want in your potato salad. You can put olives, green peppers, red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers. This is just a quick and easy potato salad that we're working on. So let's go to the next step. Okay, now we're going to want to make the sauce for the potato salad. So we're going to need about, I'd say about a cup, maybe a cup and a half, depending on, you know, if you like it wet or if you like it dry. So we'll add about a cup of mayo. Now you can use regular mustard. I'm using Dijon. And about a tablespoon of Dijon. And a little splash of Worcestershire sauce. Just a little splash. just a tiny bit of vinegar, just a splash. And then we're going to want to put in about a 1/4 cup of sweet relish. Unfortunately, I don't have a 1/4 cup, so I'm just gonna pour it all in. I don't have a 1/4 cup, but depending on what you like, you can add more. And then we'll just whisk this all together. We have more. I'm just gonna whisk it right now. What we have in there. And then we'll add some more stuff. And then we'll add a squeeze of lemon in there. Just a little bit. Maybe a teaspoon. Mix that all in there. And actually taste as you go too. And we'll add a little bit of cracked pepper in there. Stir that in. Just like that. And then we'll just add a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Or depending how much you like. It's all up to you too. You can put in as much as you want. How much vegetables, how much potatoes. We'll just stir that all up. And I think we're ready to combine this all together. Now we've had our potatoes cooling off in the refrigerator for about an hour, hour and a half. We're just going to want to pour those in there. Get the rest of these out of here. And then we're going to want to add our celery and onions. I love the onions. And then we'll mix this all together. Whoa! I probably need a spoon. Okay, now that I have a spoon, it's probably going to be a lot easier to stir. But mix all the onions and the celery together. Just like that. And now we're just going to add our sauce. Put that all in there. Like I say, if you like it dry or wet, if you like it drier, put less in. If you like it wet, put more mayonnaise in there, along with everything else. And we're just gonna mix this around and make a mess at the same time for our potato salad. Let me just finish mixing this around. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more sauce because I like it just a little bit wetter than this, but you don't have to do this. And we're gonna add a little bit of salt, a little more salt, and we're gonna add a little bit of dough weed to it. That sounded good. You don't have to put it in there if you don't want it. And we'll just stir this up. And the best thing is just let this sit in the refrigerator for a day. You know, or have it right now, but in 2 days, a day, it's gonna even taste even better. So let's see what we got here. And that's our potato salad. Okay, here we go. We've got our potato salad in a small bowl. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a little bit of well, that's not paprika. We don't want to put more dill in there. Grab the paprika. And we're just gonna want to add a little paprika on there. Just for presentation. And we're gonna give that a taste. See how that tastes. See how good it is. That is really good. The lemon and the dill and the vinegar, along with everything else, it tastes great. You have to give it a try. I'm sure you'll love it. And I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Give me a like. And I'd love it if you would share this with everybody else. So thanks a lot for watching, and till next time, see you guys later. Bye.